These ain't glorified gang of prison stories, man. These is lived experiences. Welcome back to the Swing Glow Podcast Show. Do Rock Creep. It's an absolute pleasure to be back here at this round table amongst my round table family. Salute to all of y'all that was able to make the live. Why it's live. And most definitely salute to those of y'all that's able to catch up to it a little bit later, man. I understand people got things to do, other priorities. Take care of your business, get to it when you can. Now, look, before I jump into what I'm going to jump into, please allow me this opportunity now to ask, if you haven't already did it, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the Swing Low Podcast Show, Do Rock Creep. It won't cost you a dime. It won't charge you nothing for hitting that subscription button. I promise you, it helps us get further into the algorithm, and that's always the goal. So imagine as we climb, by you becoming part of the family, you climb with us. You go through this whole experience, this whole journey with us. You feel me? So hit that subscription button, man, and make sure y'all hit that notification bell so when we do these lives or I drop a random video, it'll notify y'all immediately. As soon as it drop, you feel me? As soon as it say we going live, bam, it's gonna notify you immediately. You'll be right there front and center. You won't miss a beat, I promise you. You feel me? Now look, I talked about this situation before, right? Y'all see what the thumbnail say, right? Y'all see what I brought to the round table today. This is just the way that I'm gonna kick it off, and then of course I'm gonna give y'all the floor and let my round table family, whoever joins us, we're going to do what we normally do. You feel me? Salute to those of y'all that may be new, that may be considering coming part of the Roundtable family. Hit the subscription button, of course, the Swang Low Podcast Show, Do Rock Creek. Becoming an official family member, man. You feel me? Come in, have a seat. We treat each other with love and respect, Once you become an official family member, everybody get treated with love and respect, man. You feel me? We're not here to diss anybody or, be disrespected, We all about building here. You feel me? Straight up. But, yeah, man, but I spoke about this situation before, right? As far as me being charged with a situation that I didn't necessarily do, right? Now, I'm going to start at the part where how things played out from the time this individual got stabbed up until how everything else played out, and how I ended up getting charged with this stabbing. You feel me? Now, unfortunately, I have been involved in situations, man, where it just came to what we call gunplay, and it was just, you know what I'm saying? Get your job done or get done, right? It's crazy when you're in an environment like that, where the reality of that environment is that, in fact, you feel me? Like, you're gonna survive or you're gonna be a victim of something or someone. You feel me? But in this situation, right, that involved this guy who was a part of our car, right? Excuse me. Well, when this guy first get to the prison, right, he was already like on some shady shit off the top. Right? Off the top, he immediately like set off all kind of bills in my head, right? Like, this dude ain't cool. So anyway, when he get there, he's like rubbing everybody the wrong way. You feel me? And a situation occurred with him pushing up on a person that would not describe as extremely like with the business dangerous, right? That's exactly what this person was, right? While in prison. And This is who this dude push up on. This is as soon as he get to the prison, because he seen something that involved this person and one of his homies from directly from his hood, right? He seen they had a tight relationship. He didn't like that. He didn't like it at all. I'm talking about as soon as he get to the prison, this is what he see, and he didn't like it. So he called himself approaching that situation, like on some gangster shit, right? Okay, if that's what your push is, that's what your push is. You feel me? Like he was the type of dude that wasn't gonna go let no homies know nothing. He just finna go do whatever and suffer the consequences after, right? So bam, this first incident, he push up on this individual on some gangster shit, right? Now, and again, mind you, just put yourself in this type of mind frame. If if it's if it's like seven of us standing over here in this group, seven of us standing over here, right? And out of all seven of us that's standing over here, I'm the most reputable guy standing in this group, right? And this person come push up on me, right? The way he did. Now, how gangster that this guy was that this happened to, he looked like you know what I'm saying? And didn't trip. Didn't mind you, this guy has a cold reputation, right? So bam, he just considered that him responding that way this time, him giving this dude a pass. Because there's a number of things that could have actually taken place behind that, right? So bam, anyway, pass given. But that person holler at me and the homie, right? So bam, he's like, man, like this is what happened. But he hollered at us in private. You feel me? Like this is bro. You know what I'm saying? This was the cold thing about it. Like we fuck with this dude. You feel me? And man, and he didn't. This fool that just got there, he didn't understand the dynamics of everything, right? You know what I'm saying? Like he was on some other shit. He was on some straight up bullshit. But he was on that on purpose because it was a whole bunch of other shit that came out about this guy. You feel me? I told this story about this situation. But anyway, another situation happened where this same guy, because after he approached old boy the way that he did the first time, dude told him, like, don't ever make this mistake again of approaching me like this. You feel me? Just go on and holler at your homie about whatever your grievance is, but don't ever approach me like this again. Bam. When, in all honesty, on a level 4 prison yard, especially in that environment back then, because I done it. If somebody push up on you aggressively the way that this dude did, no matter what, no matter like, but this is how gangster bro was that didn't respond the way that I know him to be, right? So bam. Another situation occurred, I guess, you know, it was actually a couple of situations that occurred, right? Bam. But the main one being dude did the same thing, push up on bro again. With the he don't go let no homies know that he in the building with all the homies. I was the only one that wasn't in that building. I was in a whole completely different building, right? All the other homies was in there with this dude, right? So bam. When he pushed up on that same person, again, This time, like, nah, you're not finna get another pass. And then I look around again. I'm the most reputable nigga over here. And you think you're finna keep doing this? My soldiers is ready to react, but fuck them. I'm the one you really gotta worry about, right? And bam, he get cracking, right? So this guy that kept pressing the issue on this dude, he didn't give a fuck who how he pushed up, who was around, none of that. He didn't care, and he kept doing it by himself. And he wouldn't go let none of the homies know that that he was doing this, right? Bam. So when that situation happened, bam, this nigga run. He don't fight back. He don't do nothing. He run because that individual made his homeboy stand down. Like, man, I got him. Don't nobody do nothing. I got him. Right? Dude run. Go lock himself inside his cell. You feel me? So bam. Mind you, now he's already stabbed. Bam. So bam. When I come into the picture, I make it inside that building. And I'm looking for him, like, where this fool at, right? Everybody, all the homies is out, right? He's locked inside the cell. You feel me? He's locked inside the cell, right? So bam. I go to his cell. Hey, what's happening? Oh, ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. What you mean it ain't nothing? Like, hey, bro, I'm finna get you out the cell right now. Right? So he like, no. He like, I'm cool. He like, if me and old boy can't get down, head up, I'm cool. I'm like, what? His celly in there with him. His celly looking at me like, he couldn't put his head down. Right? His celly wasn't from from our car. His celly was from a whole completely different car, right? So he couldn't and his celly is somebody that I fuck with, right? So while this dude is in there talking, I'm looking at him like, what the fuck? He just put his head down and just shook his head like that, right? I'm like, hey, nah, I'm finna get you out the cell, bro. Right? So bam. I'll leave. So I'm telling him, I'm like, man, what's up with this shit? He's like, man, he don't want to come out the cell. He talking about he cool, huh? He don't want to do that. He don't want to do that, right? Man, fuck all that. I'm finna get him out the cell. Right? So bam. I go, make it happen. You feel me? And bam, get him out the cell. Now, I told the story about when this dude got there, he kept on pressing the issue how he wanted a knife and this and that and blah, 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 right? I get him one. I take it to him myself, personally. I almost got caught taking that knife to this dumb motherfucker, right? Because when I was taking it out, it fell out where I had it at. It fell out. Bam, hit the ground. Right, so bam, I didn't panic or nothing. You know what I'm saying? I just stopped, put my foot on it. You feel me? Leaned down like I was tying my shoe up, grabbed it, snatched it up real quick, didn't even look back or nothing, and kept going. You feel me? But that shit was loud as soon as that metal hit the ground. It ain't no carpets in prison. So that shit is gonna hit the ground and sound off. So anyway, I get away with that. Take it to him. You feel me? So bam. When he come out his cell, he act like he got that knife on him. Right? So bam. So now my thing is this here. Me and the homie holler, we already come to the decision on what's gonna happen, right? So bam, we trying to get back into the building now, right? Because now we discover he don't got that knife. So we trying to get back into the building, bam. So while we trying to get back into the building, well, I'm in front of the building. I'm talking to the police in the gun tower, right? Just trying to get him to open the door so we can get back in. While I'm doing that, these is this dude and another little dude that's in our car, right? They try to jump my bro. Right? As soon as I turned my back and walked over to that building, you feel me? They tried to jump my bro. And they had it staged to the point where uh uh um one was standing in front of him, the other one was in back of him, right? Not even peeping this shit. Anyway, while I'm trying to get dude to open up the door, I hear the scuffling, right? So when I turn around, I see what's going on. So I run over there. I'm like, what the fuck, right? I run over there. While I'm running over there, I got my hand inside my pants where I used to keep my knife at, right? But to keep it all the way real, I made it over there so fast, and right when I got up on the dude, he just so happened to look up and see me and spin and made a move like he was gonna be ready for me, right? So when I seen him do that, I fuck that knife. You know, I just got to get cracking on him. So I get cracking on him, right? Whooping. So my bro, he over here, he maxing out the other little dude, right? Now he can focus on him, and I already got this one done, right? So bam. When that happened, the police, they shooting, you know what I'm saying? They shooting all that, right? So bam. Now mind you, remember I told you while I'm running over there, the knife halfway out, but I made it too fast, so I just left it right where it was at. So it wasn't all the way when that happened, and while I'm fighting this dude, it's not all the way secure or nothing. So bam, it was crazy how that shit happened, right? So bam, when everything is said and done, now there's a million police out there. We on the ground, handcuffed up, right? Like 2 or 3 of them came and searched me back to back, right? They like want to come search me. I'm laid out on the ground, handcuffed to the back, right? So bam, want to come search me, bam, 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 bam. Don't find nothing. Another one to come search me, bam, 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 bam. Don't find nothing, right? The whole time. Mind you, I'm laying on my stomach, handcuffed to the back. So I feel the knife, but I don't know if it slipped back down into a secure spot during the confrontation or not, right? But I feel it. So bam. When it's time for us now they gotta move us from that location over to, they take us to the infirmary first, right? To go get you checked out, make sure you don't have no serious injuries or whatever, right? Bam. So they take us over there first. Bam. So the knife is still there. The knife is still, but it's not secure, and I can feel it starting to fall from where it was at down my pants, right? So bam. This was the craziest shit. So bam. The police that's walking me is this black dude, right? I'll never forget this fool. He walking with me, and he's holding my, remember I'm handcuffed to the back. He's holding this arm, right? He's holding me by the fold of my arm. So bam. So I'm walking, but the whole time while we walking, he looking at me. He looking down at me, right? So he like, man, what's wrong with you? Why you walking like that? Right? I said, the pepper spray and stuff, right? I say some weird shit. So bam. He's still watching me. Bam. So I'm just knowing this knife is finna fall down anytime, and he's finna see it because he's watching. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like this fool was expecting that shit, right? I swear to God. So bam, it don't fall. So they take me from the medical over to the area called the program office, right? Program office is police headquarters. That's where the sergeants, captains, lieutenants, and all this shit be. They go eat their donuts and all that shit over there, right? So anyway, they got a lot of little rooms over there, but they usually have cages, right? So bam, they had cages in this one. So bam, when they take me over to the cage, there's two cages in there, right? So as soon as I go in, the little dude that tried to jump my bro is in one of the cages. But before this black police, before he don't go in there, he don't search, he don't do nothing. He just take me straight in there, lock me in there. So bam, I'm just documenting all this in my head. So bam, when I get in the cage, he like, all right, now strip out, right? So when they telling you to strip out, they want you to get butt naked, strip out of everything, right? So bam, I start taking my clothes off, right? Bam, I'm taking this shit off slow. I know the knife is finna come out. So anyway, I give him my shirt. He's searching the shit. Bam. So I lean down, pull my shoes off, right? When I lean down, pull my shoes off, I feel the knife fall, bam, like right in my pants leg. I'm like, oh, right? So bam, when I pull the shoe off, I'm inside this cage, right? But they got this little tray slot. So I'm sliding this stuff through the tray slot. But when I take that one shoe off, I take it and put it through the tray slot and drop it on the floor. So he's like, damn, man. He said, I told you to hand me this shit and this and that and blah, 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 right? So when he bent down to pick it up, I slide one pants leg off and I feel the knife right there. So I kind of roll it up, bam. Take the other pants leg off, take the other shoe off, bam. So I hand in the shoe first, right? Bam. Then when I got ready to hand him the pants, he grabbed the pants and the pants unfold right there, right? When the pants unfold, the knife fall out the pants and land right next to his boot. So, but he's so focused on me, he got the pants. When that shit happened, right? I'm standing in the cage looking and I see the shit, right? I'm like, oh, he don't hear the knife hit the ground. He don't see it or nothing. That motherfucker fell right out them pants. As soon as I handed it to him, right? They unrolled. But he's so focused on me and he got the top of the pants. He's searching, he starts searching the pants and he going down the pants like this, but the whole time he talking to me, right? Watching me. So when he finished searching the pants, he balled them up and got ready to throw them down on the floor. When he got ready to throw him down on the floor, that's when he looked down and seen the knife next to his boot. He like, oh, you motherfucker. He like, that's yours. I'm like, no, it's not. Right? Right? I'm like, no, it's not, motherfucker. Right? So bam. He like, no, motherfucker, that's yours. He like, I thought I seen something in your waist. I'm like, nah, you ain't seen shit in my waist, right? So bam. So when they take the victim, to the infirmary, they realize that he had got stabbed. So bam. That's how they tried to put that stabbing on me, because when that dude found a knife right there next to his boot, they trying to say that I used that knife to stab this dude, right? So that's how they tried to put that on me. You feel me? And I fought that case, man, because that was a real attempted 187. Right? That was a real attempted 187. And they charge you with great bodily injury to an inmate with a weapon, right? Like that's a sureable offense. Definitely you're gonna do a good 2 years in the shoe. You feel me? Or at least that's how it was then. I think they readjusting the laws when it comes to that now. You feel me? Where they can start putting people back how it used to be. back there for years. You feel me? Which was crazy because you had, like I said, you had a whole bunch of people that was in the shoes. Like for instance, we always do our shoe time, right? Before before the courts is going to either figure out if the DA is going to pick it up or if it's going to be a DA reject, right? Which is going to take a good 6 months. That's going to take a good 6 months before you hear anything back, right? If the DA going to pick that case up or not. 9 times out of 10, a great bodily injury to an inmate with a weapon, they're going to pick it up. That's attempted 187. So the DA is going to pick it up. They're going to take you to the nearest courthouse in the little city out there, right? Take you out there, arraign you, right, in that little courthouse, and then they're going to bound you over from that over to the Superior Court in the next little city next right there in the same vicinity. You know what I'm saying? So then you start going to trial. You start setting your trial dates. You feel me? And yeah, man, I fought that case for like 2 years. And the cold thing about it, they was charging 3 of us. They was charging 3 of us with the same thing, right? Which was crazy because really it was 2-on-2. You feel me? It was a 2-on-2 incident. But the dude that tried to jump the homie ended up getting charged with us, with me and the homie. Right? So bam. Which was crazy within itself because, oh man, that was a whole nother story. He had a release date. Me and my bro, we had life sentences. This other little dude, he had a release date. So you can only imagine him being charged with this attempted 187, right? The great bodily injury on an inmate with a weapon, right? He got a release date. He is up in there, oh man, going through it, all in the hole and shit, you know, talking to the PCs. So I'm telling him, like, hey, you gonna get brought up on charges talking to these PCs for one, and then you talking to them about the case and all that. To this day, right? I don't even mention the person's name. That I mean, I have never said who the person was that actually did the stabbing. Right? Never. You feel me? But if you was there, then you know. You feel me? That was that type of environment. That reaction was the same reaction that I had when it came to me having to stab another keyway. You feel me? Over disrespect in the how I took and perceived everything to be in that moment, extreme gangster aggression. You feel me? And the way that I have always been trained to respond to that type of energy, right, is, you know, try to max out as much as I possibly can of this person. If, you know, I have to engage in war with this person. You feel me? Which means, hey, the game is what the game is. It don't come with no warning shots. It don't come with no warnings at all. No, you're supposed to be trained to be better than that. to show any signs of anything. You feel me? And if you're not ready to play ball like that, a level 4 general population mainline yard is not the place to go bluffing. You feel me? I've seen some of the hardest fall to bluffs. Wasn't ready. The full rah, 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 rah. You know, the walk, the talk. You feel me? The energy. But he lacked skill. Shout out to the Roundtable family, man. Let me get to y'all. Miss Golden, the beautiful Miss Golden, my beautiful woman, my co-host. Shout out to Miss Golden, man. I send all my love and respect to you, beautiful woman. You know it. Jake Brown, what up, big bro? I see you, man. Salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Real Edits said, can you say we love you, Tekka, for an edit? We love you, Tekka. We love you, Tekka. We love you, Tekka. Do your thing, Brody. Salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. I love chocolate, sis. What's up, sis? And all my love and respect to you. Hope everything is going well for you today. Glad you was able to make the live as always. Artifacts, what's up, Brody? Salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Jade Up, what's up, Brody? Send my love and respect to you. As always, salute, salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Raymond Sco, what up, Brody? Salute, salute, salute. Send all my love and respect to you. Keyway, as always, man. He say, tapping in, peace and blessings to you, creep. Salute to the Roundtable group. For sure, for sure. Raymond Sco. I subscribe to your channel too, bro. I found it. As soon as you tapped in, I found it. I'm like, man, because I was looking. I guess I was typing it in wrong, right? But I was able to go to your profile and, you know, went over there and subscribed, bro. You feel me? So, y'all make sure y'all go over to Raymond Sco's YouTube channel and subscribe to bro, man. Please. King Grover, what's up, Brody? Salute, salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live. Send all my love and respect to you as always, Brody. Glad you was able to make it. Artifact Corp said, don't tell me you pulled it off. Hey, bro. Look, oh yeah, let me finish telling that story. Hold up, I'm gonna finish telling that story. Let me finish addressing the Roundtable family real quick. Blue Shantani, what's up, Brody? He said, good evening to you at this Roundtable. Salute to you. Much respect. OG Creep, just checking in at the Roundtable for sure, man. Glad you was able to make it, Blue Shantani, my brother. Salute, salute. Artifacts say, even blue. Good evening, Artifacts. Hopefully your day has been progressing in a positive manner. That's Blue Shantani greeting my bro Artifacts. Blue Shantani said, being on that rah-rah on a level 4 yard will get that rah-rah brung to you in a manner you really do not want. Hey, bro. I have seen some of the look. Look to all our people. Y'all know I don't come here and brag about none of this prison shit, none of this jail shit, none of this gang banging gangster shit, none of that, right? But when I bring to y'all truth and honesty about the things that I've seen and been around by being in here for so long. Right, unfortunately, but like I said, it's been a generational thing, right? So I see a lot of men, you know, grow in their life. I've seen it. I'm seeing it now. Grow in the direction that they finally was meant to grow in, and not out committing crimes and shit. Actually being, there for their families, their true loved ones. You feel me? So I see that, right? We come here to this round table, man, to salute the real ones. You feel me? We come to kick these topics around, right? Because we don't want we don't want it to seem like these things ain't cared about. You feel me? Bobby J say, I've been down twice, not to brag about it, but you always have to hold yourself at high standards and stand on business and follow politics of your collective, and it will be no problems at all. That's a fact. That's a fact. Hey, hey, Bobby J, you and I know this, right? As well as our other people here, right? We know this to be true. I've said it before. Don't violate no rules. Move with respect. Move with integrity. Don't get in debt. Don't do this. It's simple though. To us, that's simple. You feel me? Like, come on, man. A grown man that don't know how to govern himself is dangerous in an environment like this. You feel me? It really is. It's dangerous to them, and it's dangerous to the people that have to be around them. When you don't know how to govern yourself as a grown-ass man. I've said this before. I just said it, right? You don't know how to govern yourself, and you're in prison, but you got kids on the street that you're not there for. That's going to be a cold-ass existence. You feel me? Austin, what's up, Brody? Glad you was able to make the live. Salute. He said, Joe Furrow, you go back to Kev Mack with your weird questions. Don't come with that disrespect here, Joe Furrow. Blue Shantani said, glad to make this live and be amongst some real ones. Keep charging forward, and may that horizon bring you success. I'm looking forward to your success in the future. Hey, thank you, man. Artifacts say, y'all hear the new cleared up audio. Artifacts say, y'all hear the new cleared up audio on the Nolan case. They literally said you killed him. I absolutely heard that. I absolutely heard that. You feel me? And hey, man, like I've been saying, right? Right? If it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, it's a duck. Right? I said the picture that was discovered of him standing in that pool that they tried to say wasn't him, when he was supposed to have been deceased already, with the young white guy standing behind him with his arm around his neck like this, right? May have been the very last image of him right before he was sunk down and choked out in that water. Allegedly. Let me say that, right? Choked out in that water. And that was it. Then y'all deleting this and deleting that, and then y'all pop up with this audio. 911 call saying y'all boat was sinking And as this person is saying these things, you hear in the background them saying Nolan's dead. You feel me? So that you know, to hear that whole exchange, I'm like, I already knew though. I already knew. I already knew this. I already knew something was gonna come out that was gonna blow this thing wide open. I already, come on, man. Those of y'all that's been here at this round table, y'all know we talked about this already. Byron, what's up, family? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live, man. Love you, man. Always, always, always. Creep, if you have an answer for Joe Farrow, give him that. Hold up. Yeah, smoking gun. Artifact. Smoking like, come on, man. I said it. I wasn't surprised at all. At all. Okay, hold up. Let me go back to Joe Farrow's question. Let me go back to it. I don't see it. Tell them to re-ask it. Put it in the chat again, bro. King Grover said they said his body was badly decomposed. He was only out there less than a day. I think they put his body somewhere hot to speed up the decomposition, excuse me. So the autopsy would be undetermined. Hey man, yeah. They've been doing a whole lot of shady shit from the time they was caught on that phone call saying what they were saying. From that time all the way up until the coroner lady got involved. You feel me? From point A to point Z, they've been doing shady shit the whole time, trying to cover up everything. Now this audio come out of them saying that Nolan's dead, right? It's all this going on in the background before they realize this idiot is on 911 call. Hell yeah, King Grover. Florida Jet said, bruh, you on a bunk? I absolutely am, Florida Jet. I am in prison in California on a level 4 general population mainline yard. Right? Unfortunately, yes, I am in prison. This is a jail cell. This is a prison cell. Right? This is a real prison. This is not for fake. Florida Jet said, free you, fam. Salute, Brody. Welcome to the round table, Florida Jet. Appreciate you, man. For real, for real. Austin said, I came in late when after Joe Farrell question was deleted. All I saw was his name, and I had said something to him. Bobby J said, you will be free home soon. For sure, Bobby J, man. Salute, bro. Thank you for that, man. We're going to keep speaking that into existence. And as we go through the process of that happening, we're going to be right here at this round table as it all unfolds. You feel me? Hold on, y'all. Hey, Mons let him ask his question so Creep could give him the answer. Creep wanted to answer what that was. Hey, yeah. Hey, look, for all the moderators, right? Do not delete any of if they not disrespecting, saying no racist shit or disrespecting anybody's hood, crip or blood. I don't give a fuck, right? If they not doing none of that, leave the comments. You feel me? Leave the comments. They can say something stupid if it ain't being disrespectful. Other than that, leave the comments. You feel me? And I would love for that gentleman to ask that question again, if he don't mind, because I never got to see it. Thank you, Miss Golden. Thank you, Miss Golden. Bobby J say a lot of people that been gone since the 90s is getting released or overturned due to unjust and over sentencing. Yeah, that's what I'm waiting on right now. You feel me? That's what I'm waiting on right now, man, to get that news, of complete resentencing and release. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm waiting on right now. You know? But yeah, man, as we go through the process, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna definitely celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Here at this round table. You feel me? Straight up. Miss Golden said, always love. That's right, beautiful woman. She always got my back, man. For real. Miss Golden is wonderful. A very wonderful woman to have. You feel me? Austin said, I'm trying to help out. I'm back and forth right now. Too many people in my face, back and forth, and I'm trying to collab over here. Oh, okay, for sure, Austin. Artifact say, my B. How long you been down, old school? Florida Jit, man, I've been down 31, going on 32 years straight. 31 going on 32 years straight, bro. You feel me? That's a crazy number to think. Every time I say it, right, it ain't something that you think about every day, right? I don't even keep calendars up. You feel me? Like I don't. The days come and go so fast. I be seeming like it be seeming like it don't be enough time in the day for me to take care of everything that I need to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Because the days you get in this routine, right, of a way of living, and the days just come and go. And next thing you know, 10 years then pass by. And you look up like, damn, 10 years done went by fast as a motherfucker, right? Bam. Or, it's just like that. Psychological. You feel me? Bobby J said, just stay on top of it. The laws are constantly changing all the time, no matter what state you are in. That's right, bro. I appreciate that, Bobby J. But hey, we definitely gonna stay on top of it, Brody. For real, for real. I'm gonna keep everybody informed too. Austin said, creep, my bad for stopping by. I'm basically in a family meeting of difficult families. All the youngsters trying to fight each other. I'm trying to end 4 different fist fights. Don't want it to happen. All right, yeah, take care of your business, Austin. I understand, man. Do what you got to do, Brody. I appreciate you making it, though. Florida Jit said, damn, bro, that's crazy. I'm about to be 36. Damn, bro, that's deep. When you think about it, Bobby J say my OG just gave back a life. He's free and working. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. Florida Jit. Oh, you finna be 36, man. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I've been in here the majority of your life on Earth, damn near. You feel me? That's crazy. That's crazy to even think about. But that's the reality of the life that I lived. You feel me? Of thinking, you know, hold up, y'all. My bad. I'll be having to cough. I don't be wanting to do that on camera. But yeah, man. Thinking about the days ain't something you think about like that. You know what I'm saying? Eric B say, how much more time you got, fam? Salute to you, Eric B, man, for tapping in. Glad you made it to the round. You feel me? Salute, salute, salute. He said, how much more time you got, fam? Hey, that has yet to be determined at this time, Brody. You know what I'm saying? But um, as I find out and get updates, I'm definitely gonna bring it to the round table. You know what I mean? So we all gonna find out and discover all that together. For real, for real. J Dub said, shit, the homie don't look a day over 40. Hey, for sure, good looking, J Dub. And I finally was just able to shave and shit. You feel me? Like I've been going hard. You feel me? I've been going hard, man. No bruises and cuts on my face and none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm blessed. I'm blessed, thankful. You know, God always find a way, you know, to carry me through whatever I need to be carried through in this lifestyle that I am attached to, especially in this environment. You feel me? So I'm thankful. I'm blessed, man. Miss Golden said, fine as wine. My beautiful woman. J Dub said, that's right, dog. Yeah, J Dub, man. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate that, bro. You feel me? You brought a legit smile to my face with that one. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. Good looking out, Brody. For real, for real. I try to keep a young related spirit. You feel me? I try. I try to, be relatable to everybody, I feel like I could conversate with just about anybody. You feel me? Raymond Skull said, do you bust down a lot, homie? Hey, you know what? Raymond Skull, um, I used to be one of the dudes that was either one or two places. If I wasn't on the weight pal, I was on the basketball court. Right? Now in my younger years, you couldn't pay me to get on the basketball court. I was always on the weight pal because back then, when I had first came to prison, that was what it seemed like that was what was expected of you, to bust down, lift weights, get as big as you can. You feel me? And that was like one of the things. So we was always on the weight pal. You feel me? And working out and busting down. So, over the years as I aged and progressed in time, right? I started doing different workouts. So I was one of the dudes that Everybody else, I used to work out with the biggest dudes on the yard, right? No bullshit. All the biggest dudes, I used to work out with all the biggest ones. You feel me? I was in extremely good shape. And then I ended up developing a hernia, right? So when I got the hernia, it was just a host of different things that followed with the discovery of that hernia, right? I had to have surgery for that, be put to sleep, and get that done, right? And in the midst of that, other stuff developed. So bam, uh, after that, like the bust down, like declined. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really after going through what I went through with the hernia and everything else. The bust down declined, bro. I ain't gonna even lie to you. But I got a curl bag in here right now, about 50-pounder. Bobby said, Eric B, that rude to ask that question to a person that has been and stretched and still holding down, fighting for their freedom. For sure, for sure. Lyndon Block said, I like how Big Tony denounced gang life, but still has respect. The younger generation needs guidance. Oops. Needs guidance, but they only listen to members, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, in some cases it is like that. You feel me? I can never expect the younger generation, right? All of them at least, right, to gravitate to our message like that, right? I can't expect all of them. But I don't underestimate all their way of thinking neither, because you have some very intelligent young dudes, right? As sharp as a needle, right? And they soak in. I've met homies, I've had younger homies around me that were sponges, that actually wanted to be sponges when it came to shit, right? And I made sure that their mind was fed with, you know what I'm saying, with the proper nutrients for that. You feel me? Just like I was fortunate enough to have done to me in an unfortunate position, in an unfortunate environment. However, taking that unfortunate environment and turning it into your own, really, college. Because there's a number of different things that you can learn about in there, right? While being in an unfortunate position, right, of prison. And if that's what you are seeking, you have some people that is just rotten to the core and will never change that. Unfortunately, you just got them like that, and they ain't going nowhere. There's one leave, another one gonna pop right up. He gonna come with the same bad character traits as the last guy. You feel me? Only his might be gambling, right? In comparisons to the other guy's bad habit, it was probably drugs, or you know what I'm saying? Something of that nature. But still the same character traits, because they wasn't able to govern themselves to the point of not allowing those bad character traits to compromise their safety or the people that's around them. You feel me? But I think it's important, for there to be communication between the younger guys that's out there and the respected OGs. If the OGs still have, attachments to that life, to the point where See, you look, like I've always said, the honorable discharge thing, right? It's two ways you can go. You can go honorably or dishonorably. The ones that go honorably, I have no problem with them or their message or their push. You feel me? Everybody don't have to, share the same approach to things. We all can be approaching the same thing, but just using a different way to get to where we all trying to get to. That's it. That's all. So if anybody have the ear of any of these young dudes, that's in good standings. You feel me? Then hey, absolutely do what you do. Help to build them. I see it all the time. You feel me? Salute to anybody that's on that journey, man, because that's definitely what we on, to help build, to educate, be educated, be inspired, to aspire, to be greater. And that's the push. You feel me? Eric B say one of my homeboys just got home after 30 for on a ill bid. Oh, he did 30 years and he had a life sentence. Eric B. No reparations, no vote. Salute. Glad you was able to make live, man. I send my love and respect to you as always, Brody. Salute, salute. Raymond Sco said, I was born with a hernia too. The operation was painful. Yep, I stayed on those boards during my prison time. It was an addiction at some point. Yeah, Raymond Sco, you know it was, bro. You know it was. It really was. The workout, when we had the weights, you feel me? Then they took the weights and all we had was the boards. I did bar work and the bag work. That's all I was known for having 100-pound bag, 100-pound deadlift, one on curl bags. I was known for that, right? And the bag would be as big as, I've used a lot of books. You feel me? That's a lot of dead weight, a lot of books, right? Tie that shit down real good. You feel me? Put your handle on it and you curling. See, what I did with that, I did more than just curls with it, being that it was so heavy, right? I did like a lot of dead weightlifting. And then I would go out to the boards, you feel me, and just do a gang of pull-ups and, you feel me, push-ups. And we used to mix in like jogging around the track probably like 3 times in between our sets. And we would work out probably like the whole time, the whole two hours we would be on the yard, all spent on the weight pal. That's facts. Raymond Sco say, do you feel we should receive reparations or should we just build ourselves up economically? I feel like we should do both. I feel like we should invest into both and not just rely on one. You feel me? We can't just rely on, put all our eggs into one basket. You know what I mean? We got to hit from whatever angle that we can. You feel me? So, yeah, man, reparations would be nice. It would be nice, but at the same time, we've built everything else. You feel me? I always encourage entrepreneurship. You feel me? And the more that we can become our own bosses and make our own calls, there's no better feeling, man, than creating something from scratch, right? And approaching it how you approach it. Standing firm on how you approach it without compromising it to the point of you doing the normal thing that everybody else is doing. But actually like approach, you think about it. Think about all the people, the Oprah Winfrey's, the Tyler Perry's, They approach us to Russell Simmons, right? Although he got some bad charges on him, but just their approach in the game, making historical moves, right? All different, all different. All the approaches was different, but they all was able to obtain a level of success that was thinking outside the box. Who would have ever thought somebody named Oprah Winfrey? Think you ain't heard no other name like that would just pop up and just blow up and just become bigger than life. Tyler Perry, dressing up as a woman, made a big career out of dressing up as a woman. A big old 6'6", 250-pound dude with a big beard, dressing up as a woman, made a career out of this. And then this guy, Russell Simmons, just started, in the streets of New York. Took hip hop and, we know the rest of that. All different approaches though, y'all. Lyndon Block say, so if you could start all over with what you know now, would you still choose this life? Hey, that's a damn good question. That's a damn good question, Lyndon Block. And the best answer that I can give to you is this. Everything happens for a reason, right? I'm a firm believer in that now. With my knowledge that I have now of believing now that everything happens for a reason, whether we want to accept it or not, no matter how horrible it may be, right? I think that I would, as if I had a chance to go back, right? Certain decisions that I may have made, right? I definitely would have, either seek counsel for it or better educated myself. And in all honesty, I should have been utilizing that time to better educate myself on all the opportunities that was around me at that time. But that was the last thing on my mind. You feel me? As an 18, 19, 20, 21-year-old that was running around in prison, gang bang. This, like I said, we don't glorify the gang banging shit or none of that shit, right? Prison, jail, none of that shit. We don't. However, I have to keep it real, and I have to say, if you consider yourself to be a real gang member, real gang banger, right, then there's no compromise on what you swore to uphold, right? With all the rules, regulations, and guidelines that comes with that. That's how I've always looked at it, right? So when I came in at that young age, I stood on all the energy that I always put out there. I had to, right? Which is how I was able to exist on a lot of the yards that I've been on around some of these other gorillas that I was around. A lot of them that I ended up becoming real good friends with. You feel me? All of us in this unfortunate environment, learning different things from each other, sharpening each other's skills. You feel me? Like, hey, again, it's nothing to brag about. But at the same time, if you are in a position of being incarcerated, if you're not strengthening yourself and trying to make yourself better, hold on, y'all. Then yeah, door block.
Oh man.
All right. But yeah, man. But it's definitely, if I can start over, it's definitely some things I would like to go back and certain decisions that I made. I would definitely like to go back and change. You feel me? Definitely would have better educated myself, took advantage of what was around me at that time. Definitely after getting out, when I turned 22, definitely would have did a lot more to get a job, not place myself in the environments that I did that I knew was toxic. You feel me? We all suffer chosen ignorant moments in our life. You feel me? And in a lot of those cases and times, those was chosen ignorant times and moments in my life as a 22-year-old kid. You feel me? I would love to go back and change some of those instances and times, and you know what I'm saying. It's a whole lot I would like to go back and change back then, but I can't. So that's a cold hypothetical. However, that was a good question, but it leads right to where we're at right now. If that was to happen, we wouldn't be here right now. I would never have gotten to know y'all. Y'all would never have gotten to know me. That's why I say everything happens for a reason, no matter how horrible. You feel me? You know, we all got to go through what we got to go through, man. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes some of us are chosen to be the sacrificial lamb. If me going through this can prevent any of my other family members from going through it, learn from what I'm going through. You feel me? I want them to learn correctly. That's what's most important to me because I have little nephews that watch this show, man. You feel me? And every time I talk to them, right, they got their energy. You feel me? These are kids, 13 and 10 years old. You feel me? They got their energy and they love me, right? They get to see their uncle all the time on TV, Paul and Jordan. You feel me? And if there's going to be information put out there about the lifestyle and the culture, right, that I come from and still have attachments to, right? Um, I think the appropriate, right, perspectives should be put out there, should be given the opportunity and the voice, right, to be heard and not discredited, not described as angry old bitter men. How else they describe me as uh, institutionalized, right? But I'm only called these things, right, because I represent the truth. If I was lying about anything, right, that I've brought to this roundtable in regards to anything, right, especially involving prison or anything, right, anything, right, Don't y'all think that it would have been a million of them guys that know me, that would have been that instead we salute each other, right? Because we all know each other, all the real ones. That's just a fact. We all been around each other, right? So it like, come on, man, like common sense. Just use common sense, my people. That's all I ask. You feel me? Don't allow these people that do have these bigger platforms and these bigger opportunities, right? But don't have the correct portfolios. Their portfolios is faulty as fuck. I'm gonna just keep it real, right? Faulty. You feel me? And if any of these guys come with questionable backgrounds and associations and all that shit, right? Like I said, if it walk like a duck and quack like a duck, it's a duck. That's a PC, right? That's a PC. You're not getting the true version of nothing that's being said about somebody that's on a main line or that's actively in to the gang culture, right? You're not getting the true version. You're getting the version of a hurt, broken-hearted man. You feel me? That got, you know, sent to Exile Island forever. So yeah, I feel like the righteous should have a voice, um, um, to give the people the truth. See, we come here with the truth. We are able to stand on the truth because guess what? We're living in the truth right now. This ain't for play. This ain't made up. We're living in the truth right now. You have a lot of other people that give their perspectives on this lifestyle that a lot of them have definitely been through it. I can definitely vouch for that. You feel me? A lot of the great YouTubers y'all see now, a lot of them I can vouch for, right? Great men. Everybody don't approach the game on, for lack of a better term, shit status, right? Everybody portfolio isn't filthy. You feel me? As bad as a lot of these people would try to paint certain people out to be, nah, don't believe the hype. Because I'm almost positive if the people that's attempting to paint out the righteous in a bad light, right? Undeservedly so. If they was on a prison yard with any of these people, right? I can almost promise y'all, right, that these dudes would be puppies. And what I mean by puppies, right? How do you treat a puppy? Right? You little boy a puppy. You feel me? You little boy a puppy. Because a puppy's a puppy. You feel me? But you have these puppies out there, that probably ain't never been to prison, or if they did, they were never on no level 4. And again, I'm not saying that in a braggadocious way. I'm just saying it's just you the way that dudes carry themselves, right? You could tell. I can tell off the top. You feel me? If somebody been to a level 4 or not. Off the top. Especially if you are saying you've been to prison before. You feel me? So, you know, the environment is different. You feel me? Things are taken a lot more serious. Things are more severe. You feel me? On a level 4 general population yard. So it's just a certain way those carry themselves. Bobby J say that's lack of self-control, discipline, self-preservation, of truly understanding their values and in who they are as individuals. You have to learn to follow before you can lead. That is absolutely true, bro. That is absolutely true. You have to learn to follow before you are able to lead. Point blank, period. You feel me? And you teach those coming up under you. You always, man, when you hand the keys over, you always want to hand the keys over to somebody that you know that's not going to wreck you, that's always going to have your best interest at heart, right? That you know, no matter what, that person is going to have your back in the same fashion as you would his. You feel me? Like, so that means you want them to be better than you. That means you want to give them whatever you can give them to the max, and then they take that and they go flip it and go find out more. Keep gaming yourself up. I want you to be even stronger than what I can ever make you. But it start with you, OG. It start with you, OG. You got to be right. You got to be right mentally. You can't be no dope fiend, lending no opinion to nothing. You feel me? You can't be one of the outskirt OG niggas. Really, that like, nah. But you got to be right up here, bro. For real. For anybody that half-ass respect anything, your perspective or any of that. Bobby J said, I had to learn instead of trying to lift heavy, just reps. Yeah. Two men from East, 108 St. Clair. What up, Brody? He said, oh, gee, I'm still out here. Hey, salute, man. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, man. Remember everything that we was telling you, bro. You feel me? We always here, you know, for you at the round table, Brody. You know that. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's good to see you still out, man. For real, for real. You know, we send all our love and support to you. Bobby J said, life, the biggest lesson. You never stop learning and growing from it. Exactly. Exactly. King John, what's up, Brody? Salute. He said, salute, bro, checking in to the round table. Salute, man. Send my love to you and all the Oak Park homies. Austin said, I'm back. I had to tame they all down. Some neutral and gang-related issues. I'm exhausted. Damn, that's crazy, Austin. And that's all family? That's your family that's beefing with each other like that? Fred Robinson. Fred Robinson said, Jailhouse Tim, what's the word? Frederick Robinson, what's cracking? Hey, you see that, Miss Golden? You see him? He trying to get started. Leave him though. Don't mess with him. Leave him here. I might make some time for him. J-Dub say, don't forget about Jailhouse One. Oh shit. Best Believe said, how you been eating? I've been eating fine. Limes over lemon. What's up, sis? We send our love to you as always, man. Hope everything going good for you out there. Glad you was able to make the live as always. Lyndon Block said, just to close on what we have been talking about, I want to be honest. We had tools we didn't know how to use. And now that I know how to use them, if I could go back, I would. That's what I'd say to a YG. Yeah. Facts. Facts. Thank you for your time, OG. Hey, for sure, Lyndon Block. Salute, Brody. Limes Over Lemon said, living in my truth has helped me heal and grow into the best version of myself. I embrace my flaws. I forgave myself for all my own mistakes. That's where it started at. See, I had to forgive myself, right? I most definitely had to forgive myself for placing myself in certain positions, right? And certain environments, because I definitely had a choice to not be in certain environments. You feel me? And instead of using my better judgment when it came to that, that's where I failed at. That's where I needed to be a grown man should have kicked in. And I never allowed myself to be a grown man like that. So the adolescence in me, allowed me to stay in the environment that I didn't even have to be in, just to keep it real. So once you learn to forgive yourself, you know what I'm saying, for whatever, especially something that's on that level, you start feeling a lot better. You start embracing more things about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Oh, legendary stuff that made the chat again, huh? He's heard though. I heard that he bounced the legendary stuff guy, right? Bounce around from podcaster to podcaster, jumping in the chat, doing the same exact thing, right? And then making his way to the social media, to their social medias, asking for private pictures of them, right? Now, he ain't went that far with me yet, right? But I definitely was warned about him. So pay him no mind, mama. Pay him no mind. But best believe, if he crossed that line with me, he gonna go right over there with Zesty Blood now. You feel me? I promise you that. Eric Johnson said, what up from Southside Phoenix, Kitchen Crips, stay strong, cuz. Hey, salute, Eric Johnson, Brody. Shout out to the Kitchen Crips out there as well. For sure. Glad you was able to make the live, homeboy. Welcome to the Round Table family. Bobby J said, to be honest, might sound ignorant, but if I could go back, I would not change anything because I could have end up in a worse position that I've been through. It makes you who you are. Yeah. That's why I say like to be realistic about that's why I look at things the way that I do. As far as, everything happening for a reason. They say God don't make no mistakes, right? No matter how horrible we may look at something to be, right? For our own selfish reasons, of course. But it makes all the sense in the world on a whole completely different level that we are not able to comprehend. You feel me? So, yeah, that's why I say, everything happened for a reason, man. If things wouldn't have played out exactly the way that they did, we would not be here right now. Yeah, I would want my freedom, but we wouldn't be here right now. I believe we have a greater mission. In all honesty, Miss Golden said, okay, love, that part. Hey, Miss Golden, look, you know how I do these dudes. You of all people, you know how I do these dudes, right? See, they want to come jump in the chat with that BS, right? I'm not finna keep engaging all. You can let them stay as long as they not saying nothing racist or disrespecting anybody's neighborhood or any of that. You know, I don't care. Leave them in the chat. You feel me? But if they say some racist shit or disrespect any gang, Crip or Blood, or Serenio or Norteño, they are out of here in a heartbeat, right? We not tolerating none of that. You feel me? But other than that, we gonna leave these clowns in. I'm feeling good, despite my little quirks here and there. I feel pretty good, right? So I just may entertain some of these guys, man. You feel me? But they're gonna get entertained on a whole completely different level playing with me. But I invite them again, those that may be in disagreement with me, you don't have to come as an enemy. But if you prefer on being an enemy, go to my Instagram. I'm on Instagram as Trey underscore Mace. TRAY underscore Mace. MASE. Go over there if you insist on being ops. Right? And hey, we're gonna let the cards fall where they may. I get information about people all the time. You feel me? Other than that, here we not here for all that, bro. You not peeping the vibe. That's what's crazy. The life and times of the Uncuffed said, legendary Chad ain't met a person who's tech savvy and can find his personal information. Miss Golden said, yeah, I'ma leave them alone. I just had time today. That's right, Miss Golden, beautiful woman. Hey, hey, no. We gonna make time for them, Miss Golden, right? But it ain't gonna be the type of time that they want. It ain't gonna be the type of time that they want. You feel me? I still got some cold shit sitting in the boat, right? On Zesty Blood now. It's Zesty Blood? Oh man. Foul character. When I say super foul, I mean foul. Family Matters, what's up? Salute. Glad you was able to make the live. Miss Golden said, can't say old boy's name because the way you had him, his own show, LOL epic. Hey, Miss Golden, look. You know I take great pleasure, right, in indulging these dudes, right? But not on here. You feel me? Not on here. Because they play dirty on here. We have a greater purpose on here. We try to stay as focused as we can on here, right? But they play dirty. I don't got the time for that. But I got time for it over there. You feel me? Go over there with it. You feel me? And you know, let the games begin. Miss Golden say, "Oh, he lucky, man. Hey, if they didn't get down how they get down on YouTube, oh man, I trust and believe. Like I would have a lot of fun, you know, indulging these guys. All they gonna do is go tell and drop a kite. Try to get videos flagged and try to get the videos took down." Oh shit. D Villa K3S said, why are you locked up? And what would you do different in your life to avoid the situation you are in now? I am incarcerated um, because I was charged with a homicide. Well, I was found guilty of a homicide. I was charged with a couple. I was found guilty of one. Right. However, still given enough time for both. Right. And you said, and what would I do different in my life to avoid the situation I'm in now? Well, we always say we wish we had or the mental we got now back when we was younger, right? Because the things that I have allowed myself to learn, right? The things that I wasn't willing to embrace when in my young years, I grew to love embracing, and enhancing and growing. And as I grew, I just started seeing things different. See, it's hard to explain, man. It's hard to explain. It's like you go through hell. You go through hell. You go through hell, man, and you go through the hell of being a gang member, right? We choose this life, so any and everything that come with it, it come with it, right? Bam. Which means wars, fights. You feel me? You name it, it happens, right? Then you get to the prison system, and it's a whole different set of rules. It's a whole new way of living, right? Now, everything that you was used to, you have to change all that. You have to readjust everything. You are now living in the conditions of something as simple as this. Let me use this as an example, right? At y'all house out there in the free world, when y'all brush y'all mouth, right? Brushing your teeth. And brushing your teeth, and you do something as simple as after you finish spitting the sink, right? In prison, on a level 4 yard, that's a no-no. Right? It's you don't spit in the sink. You feel me? That's something that like if you have a celly, you feel me? Both of y'all have that understanding, and if you don't have that understanding, you would definitely uh, be made known. That's an absolute no-no. Spitting in the sink. But out there in the free world, y'all spit in the sink all day, every day. You feel me? But in here, nah. See, it's shit like that. You feel me? This is how you would have to live in here. Imagine that. That's not normal. You feel me? So what I'm able to like these stories and all this shit. Like, I'm living in the timing of it right now. Right? Can't nobody, absolutely nobody, give you better testimony than me on this life, this unfortunate life. Not the testimony of a person that has seen generations come and go in and out this place. You feel me? I've literally seen generations come and go in and out this place. Going on 32 years straight. You can't get that perspective from the mind state of a person that's on what I'm on. What I'm on is I'm on a level 4 general population mainline yard, right? I don't come and push any hatred. I don't come and push any false agendas. I don't come and push the gang shit. I don't come and push the prison shit. None of that. We come to educate and be educated about these things. You feel me? Even if that means giving y'all a fully detailed story. Because the same thing that I ask of the PCs to do, it's the same exact thing that I've been asking them to do. If you have any type of man in you, PC, and no, this ain't bullying, harassing, targeting, none of that, right? This is a genuine question. It's an educated question, really, in its entirety, if you think about it, right? Because what I'm asking is this. As I come on and I tell different stories, I get descriptive as I possibly can. So y'all can be in the moment. Y'all out there chilling wherever you at right now. Wherever you watching this at. Right now. Or later, wherever you at when you catch it later, right? But wherever you're at this exact moment of hearing this, right? I am here on a level 4 prison yard telling y'all in full, presentation and representation of that environment. You feel me? And again, no hidden agendas, but to educate, to persuade people from coming to these shitholes, these cesspools. That's what prison is. When you go to prison, life is stopped. It ain't over, but it's stopped. You're paused in time. Point blank period. You're paused in time. Until you make your exit out that gate, out that prison gate, back to freedom, you're paused in time. Imagine being paused in time for 32 years. It's going on 32 years for me. Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. Conversations going on that can't be heard. Everything ain't for the internet. Steve O 9977 said, I'm glad I finally caught your live. Keep doing your thing and keep dropping knowledge. For sure, man. Glad you was able to make the live, Steve O. Salute to you, man. Welcome to the Roundtable family. Miss Golden said the toilet. What toilet? J-Dub say drop one, flush one. J-Dub say I still... Oh, y'all talking about the prison stuff. Yeah. I'm slow. Hey, y'all gotta excuse me, bro. Y'all gotta excuse me, right? One of the bros just came by. You feel me? And that kind of threw me off. My bad, y'all. J-Dub say I still be sitting there. Hey, that's another one. Oh my God, y'all are crazy. My Roundtable family, man, is lit up tonight. Let me go back over these. Miss Golden said the toilet. Yeah, J-Dub say drop one, flush one. Yup. J-Dub say I still pee sitting down. Miss Golden said that's crazy. LOL. That is facts though, Miss Golden. That is facts, Miss Golden. All that. You drop one, you flush one. You feel me? Hey, keep it all the way real. Like if you got a celly, when you fart, you gotta flush it. Hey man. Nasty word. Nasty word. D Villa K3S said tell the youth how they can avoid a life of imprisonment. Smurf75 said, OG, you see this Nolan Wells situation in Mississippi? If so, thoughts? Miss Golden said, love you better, peace, stand up. Standing up. Hey, Miss Golden. When I come home, I'm going to act normal. Trust me, come on, man. I'm not going to be a barbarian like that, right? However, all these things are true. This is all prison shit. Right? Like, come on, man. I'm not a barbarian like that, man. I'm not that damn. They say I'm institutionalized, but damn, you think I'm gonna come home, pee, and sit down? J-Dub crazy as fuck. He say he still pee sitting down. And he on the street. J-Dub is crazy as hell, bro. He said, ha, once you pee sitting down, there's no going. Oh shit. Oh man. That is a whole different feeling, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. We all done did it. If you been in jail, if you been in prison, we all done did it. That's a fact. But that's another, prison rule you got to live by. Unfortunately. And let me go back to this question. D Villa said, tell the youth how they can avoid a life of imprisonment. That's a great question. The way that you can avoid a life of imprisonment, right, is start believing that education, being as educated as you possibly can allow yourself to be, is a great thing. Always place education before anything, right? Because with the proper education, you get more doors open to you. You don't feel like the world is against you because doors is not opening. And a lot of times, and in a lot of cases, doors don't open for us because we're not educated enough to get them open. And we have to start enforcing, people to want to be better, be better thinkers, be able to actually give, the youth something to respect about you. You feel me? And education definitely needs to be encouraged more. You feel me? So I would definitely start there. And then I will also encourage the youth to continue to be present in your family's lives. You feel me? Your mothers, your fathers, grandmothers, brothers, sisters, cousins, and all that, right? Continue to place that first and foremost, because at the end of the day, no matter what situation you place yourself in, your family is all that you're going to have at the end of the day. It ain't going to be that homeboy that you thought it was going to be. You feel me? Straight up. You feel me? But I would definitely encourage the youth, man, to educate themselves and keep strong family connections and ties. You feel me? As much as you possibly can. You know, especially the way that things is going in this day and age, because you don't see a lot of togetherness. You see a lot of bitterness. You see a lot of people beefing over petty shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't see a lot of people supporting each other. You don't see people encouraging each other to be better, to want to be better. None of that. You don't see it. People don't care. You feel me? That's where that tribalism shit come in at, where people was like, well, if it ain't over here, you know, I ain't worried about it. Nah, you can't think like that. Don't you want to be embraced by the world and loved by the world? If then you might have something to say, hell no, I don't care about being, you know, embraced and loved and all that. Well, to each his own. I don't want to live a life of being, you know, closed off. I've lived that long enough throughout my career of living in this lifestyle, closing myself off and, you know, only allowing like certain type of people to, you know, come around me, be around me, befriend me. You know what I'm saying? Like now, nah, man, as a grown man, you feel me? That have all the experience and education that I have, right? I would very much rather be embraced and embracive, you know, of great people, great-hearted people. You feel me? Straight up. No matter who you are, no matter where you're from, you feel me? I understand all men want respect. All women want respect. That's always going to be at the top of the list. I don't know nobody that don't want respect. You feel me? And I just believe if you are well in tune with yourself, with who you are as a person, right, then you're going to definitely be embracive of all people, all good-hearted people, all great people, men and women. You feel me? For the talking route, what's up, Craig? Pasadena in the building. What's up, Brody? For the talking route, salute. Glad you was able to make the live, Brody. For real. For the talking route said, I wish Pasadena and Duarte can mend their relationship. For the talking route said, the blacks from Altadena, Pasadena, Duarte can take over the SGV if we wasn't beefing. Hey, man. That's true. That is true. We have to have some very, very strong-minded people, right? With pure hearts, with pure intentions, right? That have standards, that still live by a certain code of ethics, right? That can actually pitch the idea of people I'm trying to phrase this right. The different communities that's in bad standings with each other, right? I believe it's representatives from all these different communities, right? That have some great-minded people that can all get together. You feel me? And figure something out. You feel me? Um, I know some people that's out there that is that caliber of people that has the mentality of, trying to figure out a solution, trying to figure out a solution to all of our community problems, man. They got our communities at odds with each other. You feel me? Straight up. It has to be some initiative set forward in that, though. You feel me? From all sides. You feel me? But I'm never against. Only a fool is in love with war. You feel me? Only a fool is in love with war, man. And you got to think about this for the talk. Damn, let me excuse me. For talking, Q talking about my bad. Um, if we was to have a connection with some of these guys that is still actively like in that lifestyle, right? If we can come and sit down at a ground table, you feel me, and try to come to some type of solution, right? I think everybody should definitely be on the same level. It's the same wavelength. You feel me? Talking about. He said like Mother and Omani was both my homies, and knowing what happened, I know it's hard for people to put that aside, but it can stop. Nobody has to lose and hurt anyone. Yeah, man. Hey, think about this. Think about how crazy that situation is, though, because we all got family members on both sides. You feel me? We all got family members on both sides, bro. That's what's be crazy about this shit. You feel me? That's what I think about when I think about that situation. It's like, damn, man, I got family from out here. You feel me? And I know it's a whole bunch of us that's like that. You feel me? It's a whole bunch of people from out there that got fucking family members from DeWarty, got family members from Altadena, and vice versa. And here it is, niggas got brothers from there and sisters and cousins and aunties and shit. Like, man, come on, man. And niggas is at war. You feel me? For the Q talking about, he said that's facts. He said all of us came from Arkansas. Families was closer than we think. Man, hey, it's historical families from all those communities in the San Gabriel Valley. Think about it. Think about it. All of our families migrated from a whole different state. And in a lot of those cases, they migrated together. They just ended up in different spots. You feel me? Like, come on, it's not by chance that a lot of us be related. Like, I got real blood family members. You feel me? From out there, bro. You feel me? Facts. And I'm not talking about blood the gang. I'm talking about like my real flesh and blood family members. The fuck you talking about, Sid? That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, man. Hey, man. Yeah, it's crazy the dynamics of that shit, bro. It's crazy the dynamics of that shit, bro. It really is. It's crazy. I know one thing though. I know one thing, right? I when it comes to my family, right? I don't play about them. Period. You know what I'm saying? Period. So I don't care when it comes to my family. I don't play about them, man. Not at all. The fuck you talking about? He said we can accomplish more together than apart. Absolutely, man. Man, come on. Think about all the talent. Think about all the talent that comes from the San Gabriel Valley. All throughout the San Gabriel Valley, starting from Pasadena all the way out to Pomona and everything in between. Right? You have a lot of talent, right? A lot of quality store type people. You know what I'm saying? That comes from the San Gabriel Valley. I'm a proud SGVer, right? I heard somebody say on the podcast today that those from the valley usually don't rep the valley. They cling more to saying they from LA, right? I was like, huh? Well, then I had to think about it. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Some people, I guess, would say that they are from, if you from the San Gabriel Valley or the San Fernando Valley, right? That's all LA County. That's all LA County. Although not LA City, right? Not South Central Los Angeles, right? But the LA County is the outskirts of Los Angeles. Like you have shit. Lancaster, you have the all that's the San Fernando Valley, the San Gabriel Valley. You have all these different areas outside of South Central Los Angeles, right? So it's in the Los Angeles County, but the Los Angeles County area consists of the valleys, the San Gabriel valleys and the San Fernando valleys. You feel me? So I guess some dudes would say that they was from LA because to an outsider, that's the only thing that I can think up why somebody would say that they was from LA if they wasn't from LA, but they from the LA County, right? But any real motherfucker, right, that I have known, especially when you from the SGV, you don't say you from LA, you say you from the San Gabriel Valley, right? But you do have people that you do got them like that. The the fuck talking about said appreciate you taking the time to hear me out. Hey, for sure, man. I appreciate you tapping in, Brody. You feel me? And extending that conversation in that direction. That's definitely appreciated. For real, for real. He said, man, when I went to PCC, all the football teams was from DeWardy and Morovia. Oh, you went to PCC? Oh yeah. A lot of people from Morovia and DeWardy went to PCC. For those of y'all that ain't familiar with PCC is Pasadena City College, right off of Colorado. You feel me? In Pasadena. Pasadena get that pass because we at the end of the 110. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Going right off into Eagle Rock. The fuck you talking about? Said, yeah, I played basketball and ran track. I played basketball too. J Dub said the P is the last city in the county of LA. Oh yeah, Pomona is the last city. Yeah, Pomona is the last city in the LA County. That's where you leave. Once you leave out of out of Pomona, right? Going further east, you going into the IE, the Inland Empire. You feel me? Soon as you exit out of Pomona, you going into the IE, right? But Pomona is the last city in the LA County, going east of LA. The fuck talking about? He said, you know Monster Trey from Altadena Block? Yup. What you talking about? That was my stepdad when I was little. Oh yeah? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. It be them type of connections. You feel me? You know, growing up, it just be that way. You know what I'm saying? Growing up in that lifestyle, in that culture, it just be that way, bro. You feel me? And that's what I try to bring to the round table and highlight out to the people that may not understand like the gang culture. You know, like you just have certain dynamics through different relationships and you know what I'm saying, all that shit. You know, I was able to meet all kind of people. I had all kind of, I told y'all how I grew up. You feel me? Oh no guns, salute to you. Oh no guns, glad you was able to make the live, Brody. Welcome to the round table. He said, you locked up, Unc? Yep, I'm locked up, bro, out here in California on a level 4 general population yard prison. This is my prison cell. The fuck talking about said he named one of his sons after me. Oh wow. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. That's what I'm saying though, man. That's how it be, bro. That's how it be. Look, my uncle. I had an uncle from PDL, right? He ended up passing away in my uncle Pete. He ended up passing away in like 81, 82, I think, right? But he was from PDL, a reputable too. You feel me? And I remember when my other uncle, Big Darcel, rest in peace, first went out to Pasadena, right? He went out there to stay with my other uncle Pete, his brother. And Darcel was a Crip, right? 9-9 Mafia, right? Crip. Bam. My uncle Peter's a Blood. Now, when I'm little, I'm used to my uncle Darcel being a Crip, but when I used to see Uncle Pete, I always thought he was a Crip because he used to have a lot of blue on all the time, right? But I don't know what that was about, but he was a certified PDL Blood. You feel me? And I just remember my uncle when he first went out there, he went through hell. However, being that he went through what he went through and never left, you know, a lot of them dudes had a lot of love and respect for him. You feel me? A lot of love and respect. That's where all his kids is from. You feel me? And he stayed out there, man, until the time he passed away. That's how the family dynamics be. And I got him tattooed up and down my sleeve on my arm right now. You feel me? That's a fact. And the person that did the tattoo was from PDL. The person that did this tattoo, the sleeve up and down my arm of my uncle, Darcel, rest in peace. The person that did that, right, was from PDL. You feel me? So it's it's crazy, bro. It's crazy, bro. Cuz 3X, what's up, sis? Glad you was able to make the live. Send my love and respect to you as always. Hope everything is going good out there with you and the family. Salute, salute. Yeah, man, I think I'm gonna get ready to get up out of here though, man. I think I done held y'all up long enough. You feel me? But I know my roundtable family, man, is always gonna show up and show out. You know what I mean? I just wanted to come. Damn, I didn't even finish that story. I'm gonna finish that. I ain't finna get up out of here just yet. Let me finish telling y'all that story, man. I done got so caught up with the roundtable family. Bro said I had too many friends from both sides. I could pick. I was close to the block and the lanes. They both my homies. Can't put one over the other. I understand that, bro. I get it. I understand that. You feel me? Growing up in those environments and shit, that's how it be. That's how it be. That's how it be. You feel me? Shit is crazy. That's deep too, though. But yeah, let me end that story real quick that I was telling y'all about, right? Before I get up out of here. Okay, so bam, while this CO is tripping that he found that knife next to his boot, right? He like, that's yours, motherfucker, that's yours. I'm like, no, it's not, right? So bam, they ended up charging me with the knife. And that's how they ended up trying to charge me with the stabbing on the victim, right? So I ended up fighting that case for the 2 years that I did, right? And like I said, they had 3 of us on that case. Now, what they wanted was for me to they wanted the other 2 to take a deal. They had offered them like I think one the little dude that had the date, I think they offered him like 7, right? And they offered the homie like 15, right? And I'm like, man, I'm not trying to hear nothing. You feel me? Because we understood the case better. For one, y'all fucked up because y'all got this dude in here and he was a victim. You know what I'm saying? But y'all charging him with this. So that's where we knew they had fucked up at. And then the knife. The knife was crucial that they found on me. So bam, during the course of the trial, that CO that was walking me from the infirmary to the program office to search me, right? They got him on the stand. And they questioned him. They said, like, so in your report, you said you was walking him from the infirmary over to the program office. He like, yes. And in your report, you said that he was walking funny like a cowboy. He said, yes. He said, at that time, that's when I realized that he probably has something on him. So bam, he said, so when I took him over to the program office, so they was like, hold up. Okay, so when you took him to the program office, You took him to an area that has two cages in it, right? He was like, yeah. Okay, so when you took him over there, was there somebody in one of the cages? He was like, yes. Okay. So what happened when you took him over there? I placed him in the cage. Okay, so you never searched that cage area that you placed him in before you placed him in there, right? No, I didn't. I just put him in there. But is it standard for y'all to search those cages before you place the inmates in there to make sure that there's no contraband? Well, yeah, okay. We don't want to hear no more. That's where we got him at. You feel me? That's how I beat it. Because he was supposed to search that area for one. And then secondly, dude wasn't even supposed to be in there. He was a victim. You know what I'm saying? So the knife could have either been in there or the victim put it there. You feel me? Another thing was, why they got that police on the stand, right? They asked him, so when you searching this guy, he's inside the cage, right? Yes. By himself? Yes. And you're standing right there in front of him searching him? Yes. Okay, so as he's stripping out of his clothes, did you ever see a weapon on him? Was he holding a weapon in his hand, or was it a weapon concealed on his body as he was stripping off his clothes? So he was like, well, no, I didn't see him holding a weapon in his hands. He said, but I seen something that I could have mistaken as a weapon. They was like, oh, you did? Where? He said, in his boxer area, in his boxer brief area, right? Okay. So bam, what color was his boxers? They was white. Okay. So we're going to put exhibit B up on this board, right? They throw a picture of the knife up on this big old board in the courtroom, right? Bam. The knife clearly has white cloth wrapped around it at one end as a handle. White. Right? So bam. When he say he seen the weapon in my boxer area that he could have mistaken as it being a weapon, they was like, well, what color was the handle on it? Right? He tried to say that it was white. Okay, so as he's stripping his clothes off, if you seen he's inside the cage and you see this weapon on him and you say it's inside his boxer area, right? How did the knife end up outside the cage next to your boot? Oh, because when I was searching him, as I was searching his stuff, it could have fell out. Wait. It could have? You didn't see nothing fall out of any of his clothes? No. So you mean to tell me you thought you seen a weapon on him inside that cage concealed in his boxer briefs, and you said that it was white, right? But you never seen a weapon. You said you seen like the handle part, right? But as he was stripping out his clothes, you never seen a weapon hit the ground. You never seen a weapon on his body. None of that. You looked down and there was a weapon next to your boot outside the cage. That's also where I got him at. You feel me? That's a fact. That's how I ended up beating that case, y'all. The fact talking about said appreciate the round table having me. For sure, Brody. I'm glad you attended. I'm glad you made it to the live, bro. You feel me? We invite all. You feel me? We invite all, bro. You see the vibe that we on over here. You feel me? We not on no gangbanging shit. We not on encouraging the kids to go out into the communities and commit crimes and hurt other people. You know what I'm saying? We not encouraging them to go fuck their life up by joining the gang and placing themselves in a position to where they're either jeopardizing their freedom or their safety. We not doing none of that. We don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? We want the complete opposite. We want to strengthen these dudes. We want to make them smarter and knowledgeable. We want to encourage education. We want to continue to see them growing. Man, whatever your dream is, live it. Work for it. Work towards it. Everything takes work. Shit ain't gonna happen overnight. You can't lose your patience. You can't lose your focus. That's where I messed up at. Losing patience and losing focus. Prison teaches you patience and focus. Unfortunately, it took 31 years, almost 32 years for me to learn that. Ain't that sad? Ain't that sad? Like, that's not normal, bro. So I would never encourage anybody else's kids in any community to go out and fuck their life off. You know, go out and further hurt and destroy their community, you know, on some dumb shit. But you don't have to be part of no destructive group, you feel me, to be relevant in life. Be a man, be a woman. Be who your mama and daddy always wanted you to be, man. That's what we got to stop forgetting. Our parents wanted better for us. Some of us ain't even got our parents around. I'm thankful and blessed I still got my mother. You know what I'm saying? And I enjoy her every day that I can. You feel me? I take as much of her in as I can. You feel me? I try to give her as much as me as I can. You know, it's important. You feel me? Because I always placed everything else as a priority over those very, very valued things. Now that I see its value. You feel me? But we just got to start, you know, showing better acknowledgement to the things that really matter. That's going to end up at the end of the day being all that you got. Family. You feel me? The fuck about said just subscribe. Hey, I appreciate you, Brody, for sure. Salute. Welcome to the round table family, Brody. For real. Hey, it's important having somebody like you, you know what I'm saying, part of what we got going on. You feel me? Because we get the perspective of all. You know what I'm saying? And we cannot be an existing round table without the perspective of all. You feel me? And you appear to have a great head on your shoulders. You feel me? So it's definitely an honor to have you here at this round table, Brody. For real. He said better late than never. Absolutely. You feel me? But yeah, man, we definitely we pride ourselves on, you know, educating our people here. You know what I'm saying? We pride on getting educated about things here. We pride ourselves on uplifting each other. You feel me? And sending something of quality of work back into the communities other than bullshit. You feel me? And this is my attempt at doing that, bro. You feel me? Straight up. Like, this ain't no, you know, prison talk, you know, con talk and all that shit. Nah. Not when I got little nephews, you know what I'm saying, and youngins that actually that see this and they look up to me. They love me. You just don't understand the joy. They don't just get from me, but I get from them. Seeing their energy, how hyped up they be, and they be wanting to show me stuff, and you know what I'm saying? It ain't no better feeling. So my push definitely got to be on point. It got to be accurate. It got to be genuine. You feel me? And you know, because I want the best for them. I want the best future for them. And even if that means, you know, when people get out there and they describe and, you know, people that's in my position as being angry and bitter and wanting to wreck the youth, See, and that makes us an easy target because I'm in prison. See, he's in prison and he's talking about all this gang stuff and all this prison stuff, like they glorifying that life and all this and that, when that's not the truth at all. We don't glorify none of that shit here. You feel me? We don't glorify that. We want people to live. We want people to exist out there amongst each other without having to worry about dudes harming each other and shit. You feel me? I hate the way this shit is, and I got young people in my family. They got a whole life ahead of them, and what's available out there for them are definite shortcomings if they are encouraged by the wrong people. You feel me? And that's what I'm against completely. So the message will always be on point, always concise, always clear. You feel me? And we stand on it. Point blank, period. But yeah, I'm finna go ahead and get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody that was able to tap in. Nicholas Pruitt, salute, man. Glad you was able to make the live. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and get up out of here. I held y'all up long enough, man. I appreciate all my roundtable family for jumping in the chat, engaging as always. You feel me? Y'all know I encourage engagement, especially when, my roundtable family smart as hell. They be on point with everything, as y'all can see. You feel me? And it's always a great pleasure to be able to come here and chill with y'all. You feel me? But yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. But y'all make sure the people that's in y'all life know that you love and appreciate them while you're able to do so. Let's start taking advantage of time while we got time on our side to do so. You feel me? We need to start encouraging that more. Because again, life is promised to nobody. Tomorrow is promised to nobody. Let's start taking advantage of time now. You feel me? This right now is when it counts. You feel me? But on that note, man, I'm finna get up out of here. Let y'all get back to y'all day, y'all night, whenever it is y'all catch this live. Love and appreciate you all, man. Y'all take care, stay safe. I want to see all my roundtable family back here in one piece, safe and blessed. But on that note, I'm up out of here, man. Love and appreciate you all. Till the next time we meet at this roundtable. I love all y'all. Triple gang.